Oops. I like the new type of light bulbs nowadays. LED work excellent. Oh. Shout outs to the new paper guy. Congratulations on your paper route. I hope you're thoroughly enjoying it a few days in. Yeah, it's most exciting the first few days in. I'll give it that. I had a lot of fun when I first started. And then one day it'll be routine, and then next thing you know it's boring, and yeah, that's kind of the way it is. Someone was asking me, like, how much do I make doing papers? I mean, nowadays, between $500 and $600. That wasn't a lie. I just got my paychecks today, and it's working as a pizza delivery / manager gets me about $600 every 2 weeks. So I make more doing my paper route, but a big part of my income is also hauling papers for another carrier. That's a big part of my my paycheck that I get from doing newspaper delivery. So I wouldn't say necessarily having a paper route is gonna bring you riches. No, it's just as you were saying, it's a good way to make a quick few bucks in a couple hours. This is true. In truth, I do a lot of different things to make money. I've always kind of struggled with the buy and sell of cars, vehicles, whatever. I've always kind of struggled with that whole type of business. Usually the business I do best on is if I'm working. I tend to be pretty good at working to make money. Kind of bad at buying stuff and trying to fix stuff up and then sell it. That's always been a weakness of mine. But I tend to do jobs that are related to delivery, yeah, because I'm a delivery boy. It's what I do. I mean, I don't want to go into trucking because it's too highly regulated and it's just too much bullshit. I realize that. Like, I mean, if I could have done trucking back in its glory days, yeah, sure, it'd probably be a great job. But nowadays, nah, trucking kind of sucks. Way too many regulations on all that stuff. So what is it? It's like, I don't know. How much do I make? I don't really pay attention to my finances. That's one of my biggest problems, is I don't really worry about how much money I make. I just work and I make the money, and if I'm happy with what I have, then cool. If I'm not, then I keep looking and I keep striving to do something new. Like I do a couple people still are subscribed to my recycling collection service. I make a little money off that, so while I deliver their paper, I pick up their newspaper, their plastic, or their glass, and I make an additional little money for carrying away their trash. Yes. Newspapers usually I can recycle at the company, and then plastic can be reused if you want, or you can donate it to the dump, which will make a small percentage off of it. It's true. They don't really like wine bottles all that much, but they got a huge container for glass, so that they'll take glass. Glass is glass, but you're not going to make much money off that. Aluminum cans you could sell, but at that same time where I am, it's too difficult, so whatever aluminum I have is just essentially stockpiling. I'm stockpile of aluminum. I don't know, maybe I have $1,000, $2,000 in aluminum cans. That could very well possibly be true. I would have to go through it. But yes, I could have about $2,000 in aluminum cans that I've collected over the years of doing a recycling collection service. Not to mention all the wine bottles and glass, just plastic bottles up the yin-yang that I have. I don't really collect recyclables as much anymore. But if I really wanted to, yeah, I'd probably try to promote my recycling collection service more. My biggest issue was just I always needed a truck, and I was always having problems with vehicles breaking down on me. Not being reliable really makes it worse, and then having multiple customers. So it's like with a couple customers and you know, some money at the end of each month, which at this point, man, if they didn't pay me, I'd probably still pick it up just because that's how I feel about it anymore. They've been subscribed forever. If they don't want to pay me for a while, they wouldn't have to pay me. But they pretty cool people. I've never really tried to. I never really, like, even though I've had this paper out for 7 years, the paper out's always been one aspect of how I make money. It's always been one aspect. At the beginning, it was a very important aspect of it. And then as I've gone through the last 7 years, it's been important and then not important. Back and forth, back and forth. Usually I always end up working 2 jobs, and then I work side jobs, and then I work this job. I do a lot other things that I can't always share with you. Mainly because it's just, I don't know, I just never really thought about it. I mean, sometimes the way I'm making money is someone needs help fixing a car, and I make a few bucks off that. You know? It all depends. So it's like, newspapers, they're great. That's what newspapers are great for. They're great for advertising yourself. If you're looking to start your own stuff. I know you were talking about how you don't like to, you're kind of done. I think you just kind of hit the limit where you don't really want to talk to people. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of those customers I had that were like that, yeah, they're probably not subscribed anymore. I mean, like, yeah, okay, they're not subscribed anymore. And that was because of direct interaction with me. Will not lie about that. It was direct interaction with me that caused the issue. So sometimes it's best to avoid, especially if you really don't want to be bitched at. Sometimes you're going to get a call and they're going to say you missed them, and you're going to be positive that you delivered them. But there's no way to really verify it or prove it unless you want to sit there and wait for them to come out and get the paper and then turn around and call you. I find that sometimes it's weather, sometimes it could be animals. It's happened. I don't know if it's ever happened with me, but I've seen it on other videos on YouTube where someone's paper was getting stolen by it was like a coyote or a cat. I don't remember what it was. I don't know why they would steal the paper. Maybe it had food residue on it, like you eating chips or something, you delivering a paper. Yeah, it could be, right? I mean, I don't see why else they would do it. Unless nesting material, but I don't know. I don't know why. Anyway, other than that, sometimes they get the paper, they read it, they throw it away, and then they forget that they got the paper. That's happened too. There are a lot of different reasons why someone wouldn't get a paper, but in the end of the day, you're not going to really want to sit there and argue with them because it's not going to change anything. And if you don't live near them, you're going to be in that issue where you really don't want to drive, like in my case, 20, 40 miles to deliver one paper, drive all the way back. Not only is it not practical, but it's definitely not profitable. I mean, when I used to live closer, I was a little bit more accepting towards it. Usually I'm pretty tired when I get off this job. I always did feel that way. I felt kind of exhausted afterwards. I feel a little better today. Because I only had to work this job and I didn't have to work my second job. I ended up staying in bed for like another 3 or 4 hours just listening to my music. Every now and then it get interrupted by my alarm clock, which is how I found out why I was what was happening. Was that my Pandora music alarm will come on, and then shortly after is when my alarm clock goes off. And what was happening is when my alarm clock would go off, it would interrupt my Pandora music, and then when the alarm actually went off, it wouldn't turn back on the Pandora music. And then sometimes it would get kind of messed up, and then it wouldn't even come back on again. But so here was my phone, and I'm just listening to it. It goes from playing Pandora music And then the alarm goes off. It tells me what time it is. I'm like, okay. And then it shuts off and it goes right back to Pandora music. I don't know what update they did to fix that, but that's excellent. I know I shouldn't even be sleeping near my phone. I know. But you know, if it's gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me. I mean, fuck, I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for what this phone has taught me anyways. I mean, do I need it now? No, I don't really need it now. I guess that's why I've gotten a little bit more bold. I would really like to keep it because if it's God, I mean, I don't know what you guys use your phone for. I really don't know what you use your phone for. But I have, since I woke up, I have been listening to podcasts and internet videos. Sometimes I'll watch something just for entertainment value. Yes. Sometimes I'm kind of like, okay, I just need to stop watching all this other stuff and I just want to entertain myself for a second. I swear I spend all day on YouTube. It's really no surprise that I'm uploading videos on YouTube. I uploaded videos on YouTube like 10 years ago. I wish I hadn't have stopped. I could have actually done something with it. But at that time, I think what happened was I was all mad because my video got CC'd. And we got CC'd by the U.S. Army or something. I think that's what it was. Anyways. Just wish YouTube would stop censoring people. And I wish people would just, if you don't like the content, just thumb it down, not interested, move on with your day. I don't see why you gotta then destroy their chance of speaking. Oh, God forbid they have a following. Well, it's just let people express themselves however they want. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have in the end anyways. All the big YouTubers know it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It's fucking 64 million subscribers. You're not getting 64 million fucking views, are you, buddy? Huh? No, you're not. I mean, yeah, you're still getting like fucking shit ton of views, and I don't enjoy your content. I really don't. It's just, I don't understand it. So I ain't gonna be able to get no like views like that. Nah, because I don't even understand what they like about your content. I don't get it. I suppose you'd have to have been there from the, I don't know. I don't know why everyone likes him so much. And it's not like it's not that I don't like him. I think he's kind of weak and wimpy. Is that why? Because he's like practically gay. I get this feeling like some of these YouTubers, man, if I ran into him face to face, I might scare the shit out of him. And there's also some good YouTubers out there that I'm subscribed to that kind of scare the shit out of me. And some of you guys just trying to silence that side of you. That side of you that's really wants to come out and scream and do all the things that you're trying to silence them to make everyone else happy. I wish you luck in that, but it probably isn't going to bring happiness. Usually doesn't. Hey, you got to take care of yourself the best way you can. I am terribly sorry, Haley. Are you okay? Are you okay? Did you just get bumped in the nose? Did you just get bumped in the nose? Does anyone want a treat? Hey, Raw, you want a treat? All right. Is everyone treated? Everyone happy? Ira. I wanted to give Haley a treat, and I know I have to give you one too. God forbid you don't get anything. Hi. Oh, okay. You just owned my arm there. Anyway, before I was like massively distracted. Yeah, I was talking about doing a paper route. Yeah, I was talking about doing a paper route. I still gotta fix my axle. And I gotta buy new tires. I really do. I've been meaning to. I really hope I don't have to get another flat tire before I'll finally go buy some freaking tires. I got the money. I do. I got plenty of money. I just got my my weekly paycheck from the newspaper, my once every 2 week paycheck. So it's like I made more on my paycheck, but I made less overall because like the pizza delivery manager, that was like $200-300 a week, and my newspaper deliveries $400-500, and plus the additional money that I make on the side from other jobs like hauling papers and fixing things on occasion. I bought a lot of stuff. I need to sell a lot of stuff. And it's like I'm not like super rich, but I've never really I call myself poor, okay? I do. I call myself poor. And in a lot of ways, I'm not poor. I'm actually middle class. But I'm not like middle class as in I had like a really excellent job or I have a lot of money from someone else that's given me all this money. No, it's just I work 2 jobs and I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I have a very cheap living environment because I live in a fucking shack, and a shack/tent. I live in a shack and the rest is a tent because I needed more space and I didn't want to. I made the shack a little bit bigger. Okay, this is what happened. I was living in the shack and it wasn't very big, right? And so I decided to make a cold weather kind of barrier around the shed to try to increase the heat that I can develop. And also because the door doesn't shut right because the whole front's kind of falling down and it's kind of going sideways. So it was like when I first got into the shed, I had to cut the door I had to cut like part of the door off at the bottom just to make the door fit. And then when I jacked it up and I corrected it, it made a bunch of air leaks. So now it's like, okay, so I got the shack that I live in, and then I took all the used building materials from the property that were scattered all over the place from previous things and not being used, or like, you know, old chicken coops that were like falling down 20 years old, and I took the wood and whatever wood was salvageable. I built this little structure around the shack. Thank you. When it came to roofing, honestly, my roof is just a latex paint kind of sealant, and I wouldn't say it works all that great, but it kind of works. It kind of works. And in truth, that's all I really needed. It was a cheap $150 roof, right? All right, so the rest of my structure, because I needed more space, and I have already used all the wood that I had, all the extra plywood and beams and 2x4s and whatever it is. I pretty much have used up all of that, right? So then I built the tent, which connects the back porch to the structure, and I created that as a way of blocking out more of the air. And it gave me, like, if there was like a really deep snow or something, I could go in through the back door. But originally, me and my mom were on better terms then. Now we're on bad terms. But it's like, I mean, the back porch was covered in cat shit, right? Just putrefied cat shit from the outdoor cats we had before they finally got eaten or ran off or whatever the fuck happened to them. So it's like, I'm a little butthurt because I went on that back porch and I cleaned up all the shit. I organized it. I got all the broken shit out. I got everything that was destroyed out. And then I scrubbed the fucking floors with ammonia over and over and over again, and I've made it a lot better, but you can still kind of smell the cat shit in there and piss and everything. Like some of that never goes away. I'm just mad that it's like I put so much effort, not only into cleaning up, but then also to try to protect the roof and help out with the house. I was really under the assumption that I was going to inherit everything. And I don't feel like that's the case anymore, because it's like I'm always replaceable. So I'm always replaceable for someone younger and a Hispanic. Fuck. It's just what really pissed me off about the situation I'm in, which is of my own fucking doing. I was the one living with meth addicts, got kicked out of living with the meth addicts, had to go live with my dear sweet mother, because why? Because I have a dog and I can't really rent a place with a dog. Well, I suppose I can, but I can't. Me and my dogs do not like living in a residential area, so I'm kind of limited on where I could live. And I would just squat out in the middle of nowhere somewhere, but squatting out in the middle of nowhere is probably going to get me in trouble. Which was why I'd rather get an RV and boondock, but I don't want to get an RV that's going to fail on me. Well, this just got into a conversation about me. Well, it's my goddamn fucking channel. It's about me. And what the fuck I'm gonna do? I don't know. I guess I can live on other people's property if I have an RV that is diesel and good quality. I'm actually half tempted just to buy a fucking bus, because the bus has a turbo diesel, or it has a diesel at least. A bus engine's pretty freaking common, so it wouldn't be as hard to get parts, and just black out the windows and do some insulation inside. I'm half tempted to just live in a bus. But I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet. Bus doesn't seem too bad of an idea. I mean, you can't buy property. It's like everything in the world's designed to be so expensive that you really can't do anything without borrowing money from someone else and having to pay it back over the next 20, 30 years. In truth, you never really own it. You're always just working to own it. You spend your whole life working to own it because it's too expensive for you to own outright. So you gotta work and work and work just to earn it. And then there's people that go around and they do illegal shit and they get a bunch of money and it just seems like it's fine. Make fucking dumb fucking rap songs about fucking killing people and drugs and bitches and hoes and they get all the money. Excellent. Guy sues his parents for trying to evict them, and he gets fucking money. I mean, oh, I'm gonna do it all on my own. Excellent. Well, I've always had to do it on my own. And I need to give props to some people who have helped me on my way, but you only helped me because you wanted to take advantage of me. You wanted to take advantage of the situation. You didn't really help me because you wanted to help me. You helped me for your agenda, which isn't really helping me. It's just using me. And I just benefited off of being used. I suppose that's what it is. It makes me so butthurt about the whole situation. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to fix that axle. Alright. I gotta go to work today, so it's not gonna be today, but I don't know. I got next Monday off. Maybe I can do it Monday if it's not too cold. They're already trying to say that it's going to snow later this week. We'll see about that. And you all have a great day. Wish you the best of luck.